They get to live on our Facebook page and also the YouTube account and as well as TikTok account. All three them platform there and I didn't get to it. And you self can take part in this program by sending the comments regarding to what we discuss here today on the topic, and make sure say you do and constructively, no attack personality. It is easy for be done in a very civilized and moderate way. So today I get two guests at the studio. The first guest now in Ganoma, we are the communication specialist from the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary School Education. Today they can talk about beyond the 78.2 pass rate of the recently announced NPSE result, and waiting the 2026 NPSE result reveal about the state of basic education as a whole. So good morning, Andre. I tell viewers that good morning.
Good morning, viewers. I'm glad you get me this morning.
Okay, thank you very much. Continue to stay with me. The next guest we are getting now, Umaru Samai, for we come out from NaCSA, that the project official and information, education and communication officer. Now NaCSA. Today there, we all know say we see a social media video of a disabled man where they claim say the check with them give am na a bounce check, and so Mr. Mai dey here this morning for can do the necessary clarification with regards to that social media video wey dey go around. So good morning, madam. Welcome to Tea Time.
Good morning. Fine, thank you.
So now the two topics they are this what we talk about today. Stay with me for the next 1 hour 30 minutes, and you self can as well contribute by sending your comments, suggestion, and the way forward. The program at Tea Time, and you the daily program Anthony. My name is Femi Kokan. So I can straight to audio. Now we look at the rate of which the Becker results be announced. 78.2% pass rate inside the NPSE for 2026. For the one that we not really understand the figure, waiting really this May, this 72.2%, waiting as a pass rate.
So the 78.2% are the overall pass rate we get for this year NPSE for across the country, not only the Fulton but other schools themselves in the district then. So we see say when we break that down, we see say we get a large number of guys beginning we take the exam, we pass the exam. And we see say by the top 5 schools then we get the 5 highest mark, we see say by beginning itself there. So even though we get more meals than this year we do the exam, the statistics and the data show say we get that beginning as well. We pass the exam, we sit to the exam and pass them. So inside the 78.2%, we see say we get the highest T score of 351 compared to last year when we get 346. So for me, it means growth. It means that we are moving, and the fact that we see that more guys can come into the education system now. For CC, then self only not only sit on back, then self eventually to these public examinations take on and then they pass.
Okay, now take me through the rate. You say there is an increase of pass rates to compare the previous years then. So a lot of improvements happen. So what do you feel is really cause that?
So I want to give honor to who honor is due. I want to tell the teachers that take it. Because if we see there's an increase in the pass rate, teachers then play the role over time, and for tell the parents then take it. For make sure say they guide them because so beyond the school, then goes off and goes and do the thing they really for the parents, and even the school came back. And we come back to the measures the way the ministry over time then put in place for ensure say picking them get learning, quality learning. We go help them, build them, not only for the internal school examination, but for public examination as well. So we get different and we want to place them the foundational learning from P1 to P6, now when we place them down there, where they build picking them up, help them for think critically, for look at things critically, for understand. So the ministry gets the foundational learning teachers then teachers there are so, and teachers them when they train for go teach them picking them so every time per season these foundational learning teachers are being trained, and they train them for go to the classroom and apply what they don't get from their training to then small picking there so we believe say all of them till they are all put in place line up for the rise of
the factor we
we see in the increase of the percentage of the NPSE this year.
So it not really happen recent years, past years.
For the foundational learning?
Yeah.
The foundational learning it has been in existence for 2022. So over the past 4 years it has been there. Just that every year we improve with the structure, with the training of the teachers.
Okay, 78.2% sound positive. But what about the 21.8%? What do you feel say they're not able for maybe they reach the pass mark, and what happened to these children?
So there are a lot of factors really can cause them to get there. One, we see say one of the main issues for us are the issue of caste, when one of the difficult issues that now we face as a ministry, when are the continuous assessment. So these kids then, before they take the NPSE exam, if we submit their caste, if we submit their continuous assessment, because that's one of the policies for the WAEC. So this is a local exam, the NPSE is a local exam. So when you get waiting your score from the NPSE together with the caste, all things they come together and give them the total score. But if the caste is not available in time when the result will come out, that's a major issue for them to get failures there. And it might be that maybe the picking them not prepare enough for public exams, because when you look at public exam different from internal exam, so we always emphasize that these kids from us say maybe when picking them we all don't go school where you score more, and then the way you go sit more, yes, you get the highest mark, and then internally teacher will mark you know, sorry for you and does do one or two things. But this is something when a different people in the public, different individuals. So we believe that these are some of the things that way because these hookups. However, we as a ministry, we know that these are things that we need to address. So we they put policies in place behind closed doors, get engagement, and see how we go able to tackle them little move over.
So now don't ever engage this don't they happen anytime we picking a sit to NPSE exam, especially the picking a really primary school. This don't they happen. I don't try for engage the teachers and also the headmasters, the headmistress from them and try for giving her the assessment early and not only for look to them and find ways where this not going to happen.
So we have school quality assurance officers, and the officers are now role for monitoring schools. And I tell you, every officer is assigned to a school or two for make sure say them principal then head of school there produce their result there and produce them on time. We have been doing effective monitoring. We have been on them over and over and again, because we want to avoid this issue of the fair result. We want to avoid the issue of these are kids, and we as a ministry self not gladly where all of this will go, but we have to do the right thing and do them accordingly. So now we don't. When the minister called the result on Monday, he make an categorically clear say Thursday today. For the one that were yet for submit them cast, just this is what we are doing for ensure every kid gets in education and gets in school mark. The one that were yet for submit their cast, from Monday, when they call the result, or today Thursday, is the deadline for go submit you pass as a head of school, as principal, to the WAEC and the ministry, so that these results when we said, some of them could be released back to the school. If any head of school or any principal fail for submitting by today Thursday, there are disciplinary actions where the ministry will take against them.
Okay, since you don't raise the issue about results with health, so let's just discuss why WAEC decide, Ministry of Education and WAEC decide say this particular result, the 6th result you are picking. I think at the very first time this will get NPSE results with the 6th.
No, we get them last year. So the reason for this year is all the way to one reason, like I mentioned earlier, are the failure of the school's heads and the principals for producing casts. And there's no way you release speaking NPSE result if there's no continuous assessment. We for add together for getting a final mark. And another reason is when the ministry and WAEC look into this, we find out that there are suspected examination malpractices. So that is our own stand. Now, two reasons that make we see these results. When we therefore go deep into this, investigation need for be done. And we see say it is clear. Let's say for instance, if Peking they're not suspect them for examination malpractice, you just not get cast, and in school authority produce a cast, they will couple everything together, we then release the results back to them. But we just want to do everything in order and the right way.
Okay. So continue for stay with me. I dey count to me other studio guests wey na Umo Osama. Wale e take me to NaCSA, especially when it comes to payments, where una dey deal with beneficiary and also payment system. How una can go through the process and who that can really qualify for receive them payments and benefits.
So right now, as we speak, NaCSA get various payments depending on the type of beneficiary. The only payment method we will do for public account, we will not do things. We set table, put the public account table, beneficiaries and that's what we get for
So why una deviate from that
because
system?
there will be a lot of risks involved. Because
Okay.
imagine I got to go pay 3,000 beneficiaries, one person will receive 1,000. Therefore, a lot of risks. But when we move to the digital payment system, we will reduce a lot of risks, people on the fraud beneficiaries again.
Okay.
So, for instance, this the PSSI project we responsible for social protection, social security, it's a project. The only project now in commission with cash transfers, and we don't adopt both the mobile operating network Orange and Africell, and the two business banks, the commercial bank, based on specific needs of beneficiaries. So the project itself get 5 different components, and each of these components get a good subcomponent. It's like you get a flat of 5 rooms, and each of the rooms then get some get 2 bathrooms, some get 1 bathroom. And so the just structure well structured. But with the give cash, for instance, the SSL, the normal SSL will have component 1A. We don't give cash to 11,606 each of beneficiaries across the country. How we pay them? We go into contract to Orange Money provider. So we monitor the system, we register them as Orange Money customers, and then you can cash flow transfer on 4 tranches to them. Each of the tranches they go for 1,057 weeks. We still get another tranche. Then a one payment system, so very effective and efficient. Then we get another side. For instance, we just complete the wholesale payment campaign. We use Afrimo for the cash transfer. We were very effective and efficient. The beneficiaries themselves get they use single Afrimo issue to them. So they are not buying SIM. It's free. We give them free SIM. We ensure that Afrimo register that SIM as Afrimo customer. We get the economic inclusion component to a subcomponent to 1B. That we did 1 to 5 distance. It's on a John Falaba, Tokoro, Kenya, West India. But what we don't do so far, we don't give money business grants to make more than 8,000 beneficiaries through Africa. So these are the systems of 2 systems of payment we don't use now. We get the banking system, so of course you get an account, and then you get benefits. Then we get the mobile operating networks, which you can forget be a registered customer of Africa and or a registered customer of Orange Money. But what we have done, because we want to take a lot of money from the beneficiary, now we buy the same issue to them for free. Their responsibility, and we give them a lot of skills in that. And for teach them how to change their password to number, so we don't understand. Because normally we do open the register on some of their MNOs. You get for the unique password we use throughout the process. So they then get the obligation for that. So these are the 2 payment systems we use.
Yeah, so now look at the recent social media video where there is a disabled man, they claim say NaCSA issued a bounce check to they go for a bank to go catch the money. There's the money not in the account. But a lot of people don't know waiting a fake check and bounce check. So firstly clarify that. Don't you clarify also waiting happen. If waiting this disabled man post the video where they circulate on social media, whether not to or not to. But firstly, let people get the understanding between fake and bounce check.
First of all, it's very unfortunate that such a video was published, but we want to make an clear that that's an issue check for the beneficiary. So they said, yeah. So there was this symbolic benefit we want to do, and we get a subcomponent of the social security project over the target 1,500 young people like other cities. We get Kenema, Ibo, we get Kino, Okoko, and Freetown. Except Freetown, we get 2,000 beneficiaries. The rest of the other cities, we get 1,500 beneficiaries, young people for the internet enterprises. The objective, and I will see how we provide them grants for letting them do business, developing skills, everything. We went through a very rigorous selection process because they do $300 per person. It's a lot of money for the person. There's approximately more than 6,500. So the number of people who they express interest in collecting the beneficiary more than the number of persons who went. So they went through so many schools. Then we should base them 1,500 in all provincial cities who said but there was a catch, and the catch there that if we go through a 22 days skin training program, after that 22 days skin training program, then you are eligible for the same benefit. Shortlisting you not make you eligible, but attending the training you don't qualify. It's just like you buy form for the university. University you accept us that the shortlist everything was done, but we refuse to attend classes and take the exams. You know they get any other transcripts now. There will be no upgrade. That was the process. Yeah. So what happened that day and that we had this testimony. We went for like a domain check, like for choosing. Then people they are not beneficiaries. And then people they are the design for this money. These are the kind of people that don't go through the processes where they don't pass and they're eligible for getting benefit. But in the hall jam part, we get the 3 persons who they will receive the domain check as a symbolic payments to them.
During that town hall meeting.
Yes, thank you. We all within at the hall. But unfortunately, let me put it that way. The person there, for example, we get 3 domain check. There one where they go to women's movement, one young generation, with one individual who will be request for one lady called Adam. So we all, in fact, we are sitting right beside them, waiting for them to go collect the check. The moment for them to present the check, this young man, we want to go close to president. Mr. I want to snap with president. Our late president shake my hand. So the moment they called beneficiary, he was so lucky that he was close to the stage. They just make a way up for receiving the check. And for us, we not be interrupt that process. Because they are not doing nothing. But the interesting part is that unfortunately the check we receive, not a young check. In an individual beneficiary, the check we receive now group check. Let me where you watch on the check now if you get the video. The check say young generation. There's no individual person named young generation.
Okay, so
China.
I think we get for tell the studio technician for like play the videos. I come across and yesterday I review them as well. Because this is a whole misunderstanding of everything. As you rightly say, the check was not issued to an individual. So I just continue for flow.
Okay.
Whilst with technician they try to get the video on the screen.
So when you watch the check, you see there on the check in a young generation. You understand? For instance, if I want to issue a check to women's voice, I will write women's voice on the check. But if I want to issue a check to NPSE, the check for the NPSE, except it's not a check. You understand? But he was just fortunate that he make a way to the stage for receiving check. And I tell you, that was an opportunity for him because he requested the president for where am I for talk. He spoke for about 30 or 1 minute. Okay. He sell himself on the stage, and this is also an individual beneficiary. In fact, he was in the hall because of they don't go through those processes. So we will not be able, we will not go and disrupt the process. No, not to get that check. No. So we allow the process for free, thinking that he will understand that in an individual beneficiary, because he has been trained for 22 days, he has been told what he will receive, he has been told the process is the procedure, he has been assigned the skills way applicable to the process. So he understands perfectly about those processes. So, but because as an individual beneficiary, he also for dinner at the hall. And himself for use the opportunity for go close to the president.
But gets the mandate for like you see the sample of the check owner because the check owner can give just specimen.
Now because in name self not the day.
Okay.
On the check where you watch the video, look at that domain check. Now young generation 90 day.
Okay.
There is no individual name there.
Okay.
Then at 34 years, let me make this very clear. The total amount on the check is 34,000 some news. You understand? Then a group of 5 people. So when you put the 6,000 or the $300 together in 5, then you sum up to 34,000, not an individual payment. Now group of 5 person. Individual beneficiary they receive $300. We approximately above 6,500.
So, but him personally, as a single beneficiary, how much is for his
$300.
Okay, so if you okay now the video don't play, no watch and I see they claim say.
This message, especially to His Excellency the President. People, when I this are the problem. What they know, they say the same people that are people there, they get problem.
So what's going to be your message to the president and the government at large?
But I want to send this message, especially to His Excellency the President. When I this team meet and say the check, we can give me officially in another meeting. That money not reflect so. A damn they not give me. Nothing on meeting. Also the project, me na one of the beneficiaries, up till now not receive the money.
So what are the effects where you don't go through? Because we know seeing this kind of thing in media, 34,000 euros check don't be issued to you. The challenges will come up, and we know the environment, the society will be. What are the effects? Because we understand say you are students.
In fact, even before family members and them bash at me. Most of them bash at me, they say, we go allow them, go use me. At the end of the day, wait for benefit, and they will give me. People every day want to be the cry to. Want to be the cry to. Where have been knocked down in the work set. But at the end of the day, they ready for answer for embrace me. That one not telling you, but they say, well, buddy, you get connection with the president. President don't go give 34,000. Which is fake. So
and say for let the president shake a hand, and he was given an opportunity for a whole mic before the president, before ministers, before a lot of dignitaries, then for make a statement. You understand, eh? And that was the opportunity we think he was looking for. But after he don't put this video, I contacted him as a comms person. Like he was his own yes, we did. when after the process, after the program, everybody like the whole place is scattered. Get access to their person. But when we left, we instructed with this team that all the one that we did check it's back at there. They refused for giving them check. He said I know you know where it is. And then you to know say no cashier no go pay to an account with the account get issues. So they get so we get to come back again for clarify and recheck 356 account the way it bounce back. We no go through. And we go back now again for verifying and sure say I tell you mama it's frustrating.
So all the beneficiaries
yes, it's frustrating for no say all 1,500 beneficiaries. That was the first time that you know the processes there in terms of account opening processes. You also know where you can open accounts for a group or for an institution. You get a lot of long processes. So that delay is small for a week or two will not be done via it as an individual. You understand? But as I speak now, we don't engage her personally. I was in McKinney and I said, yes, we don't pay everybody the 1,500 beneficiaries in McKinney. But again, because that is system, we also don't provide referral pathways. In case you go to a bank, you don't need money on your account, please reach out to so person who they help you for check. First of all, it's being a beneficiary. Because one thing we realize that out of the 1,000 more than the whole short list, there are people that don't go for treatments. You call them, they not get interest. Like obviously you not get it. And those people who short list and then now they feel say they try to take money. But I know one we pay much more attention to him. Because for him, we don't get the sensitization we need. And I know for sure, instead of realizing from all indication that was not his check. The group when the young generation, I get documented how they show you, they receive the check, the money done through their bank accounts, not even through check. We are not paying through check. So what we don't do is that after the video, we analyze the situation. First of all, we don't understand what actually do. We realize that he misunderstood everything. No one says it's an attempt, deliberate attempt for him. But he misunderstood everything, and we engage him. We provided all the necessary information. We will say, you don't understand. So we don't left for now. We get some processes that tell it for sure. I say as a left hand, one for me to all 1,500 beneficiaries who they receive payment for give them media financial management training, and we get an appointment with them for see how best to deal with that area. That is the plan. That is the point. No, we don't. We pay successfully in Kenya. We pay Nambu successfully. We pay in Africa. And now only for local pays, Makino won't pay everybody. But we don't say, okay, if maybe we get issues with the bank account, get back to us and we'll fix it. I think the other side we say, we as an institution, take responsibility that doing the payment go to the policy. Maybe like I repeat again for say. In fact, when you watch the video, you will realize even the one that we did the record and you understand the incidents why we needed the money. The money was not for like pay school fees. The money not to follow you go pay school fees. We get negative listing, we'll be them. The money will train you in certain skills. Like for instance, in Africa, they will train in basketball. You understand? And that may be because of physical challenges. What he said, there is something he can do. And though he's a student, I agree. But this $300 way in the account now, where it's set up confirmation, you see, it's not for like experience. So first of all, pay attention to the objective of the $300. This is something where government of Sierra Leone with support from the World Bank with young people. They say, now we see how they support them for let them start a business. Or the one that with them business they don't do, let them recalibrate that business again. And people then when they get initiative, they can find a business idea, but they don't get capital. This is grants, it may pay back. But when they get capital for starter, so now we give them your money. That was the motive. So if person take a good pay school fees, it means you even betray the objective why you go through a 22 days training exercise. For let you understand what's that. Basic business skills, basic business development. We get all monitoring plan in place because for us this is a test case. White man call them pilots. Now just 1,500 beneficiaries. People with know NaCSA, say when NaCSA the target beneficiary in terms of cash transfer. The list hold on to 20,000. Yeah, and the public will testify that if NaCSA say we are coming to give you 100,000 per beneficiary, you receive that 100,000. No matter what, we are on record at national, international, regional level. People they make references to the cash transfer parameters, the system who don't put in place in terms of effective and efficient cash transfer delivery. So even the World Bank who they work with, we are like best practice in the sub-region. Okay, when I go to NaCSA, they can do cash transfer. Sisters projects there, na salon, where they want to do cash transfer, the bank they refer them to NaCSA, which means processes they don't be tested and have been proven to be very effective. So nobody not going to go to you fake check. We're not even means of payment. NaCSA need to pay through check. We either pay through the mobile operating networks then or pay through your bank account. And this is only the first time we are paying through bank account because we wanted not just go book the money. We want to see how the monitor the processes from the where you receive the money, how much in cash, what you buy. We don't hire a whole team with their responsibility. They did at the National Youth Commissioner. Their responsibility for monitor each of them business people. Because for we are not giving money. For we are now establishing businesses. So if you ask in terms of impact, somebody they tell you say, well, I don't do. They tell you so don't extend 1,500 businesses in Makeni. But again, don't pay attention small to the impact within the community. The total amount of beneficiary in Makeni is $1,500, $300 each. Either group of 5 or group of 10. That's going to we add them together is $450,000. $450,000 injected into the Makeni economy. Not to pick money. Even the richest person at the world, Elon Musk, if you give $450,000, he must get a whole lot for you. He must be invest person.
So I can't tell you now for me to WAEC don't set aside results of 1,927 candidates who are suspected examination irregularities. What do this really say about malpractice, especially where they connect from family before one day require me with malpractice. So in other words, you don't get and don't let the branch of malpractice, even if you maybe that is very tender age, don't go to malpractice. So this is
Yes, just like I say yesterday with the media engagement where I get to attend other journalists, they will tell them say examination malpractice is a business. And the moment we start for kicking out now, the earlier it will be for the educational system, for picking them, or even for the future. So it's sad that we actually get these cases that are this initial stage of picking up education. We as a ministry, when we just concluded Becker and even the other exams that we did, we were there. We get to be the scrum officers there, the school quality assurance and monitoring officers, and to ensure say the exam goes smoothly, to ensure say the begin and take the exam with loyalty, trust, and no examination malpractice. However, we still get people and really involved in this, and that's why we can always say, if you know of any examination malpractice of any school whatsoever, you get with 23-9 when at 8060, or you can at the ministry ask for any director of the communications department or even any coordinator and make the matter known, because we don't want to forget them till they are repeated again. As a ministry, we sympathize with them picking their so involved in this, but we just need for begin discipline the one that we're involved now. We don't say we frown at examination malpractice, enough for our educational system, because when you go on an examination, you give the picking them all the answer, right and for them a blackboard, you not only the damage the picking, you damage the whole education system and even the country as a whole, because these are the kids that will take up positions tomorrow. If you don't begin for do them thing they are so to them, they will grow up, people when they go to university, they will grow up and feel like this thing is normal, let's do it. So as a ministry, we frown at them, and we don't put measures in place, and that's why we tell the result they are. We understand the concerns of people then. I have seen so many concerns on social media, or it will be traumatic for the kingdom, but I tell you, it better look begin this in certain kingdom now than go forward. We don't want to this happen, we just want to be there. Yes, definitely. When these, we don't forget behind closed doors engagement with school authorities, with the heads of the heads of the ministry, and when we see that a school or a child is cleared from a pass or cleared of any suspected examination malpractice, we release the result and back to their schools. But for now, we want to take the time, not to be moved by emotions, because everybody they go here and there, so just be pressured into doing something, or we self will regret tomorrow. We want to take the time and do them appropriately. When we do them, at the end of the day, we'll come back and say, these are your results, and go back and do them. Well, this week I will almost come to an end, let's say to next week, on the website, the ministry website, to therefore see a detailed analysis of the results per district, the schools then. So these are just a brief data of how the NPSE results are left before the monthly end and before the academic year. They get a breakdown of the result by district, by schools, so we will know what everything happened, we will get more details. We already get the top 5 performance schools, we already get the best school, just that when it comes to district level, yes, by that we will get a note. So that's why we get the free quality school assurance secretariat when I hold body inside the ministry ready for ensuring everybody get access to quality education. So waiting the secretariat they do now that we start a new academic year is that when school open in September, we go and do monitoring for see the classrooms that are available, for see the school kingdom, almost people to teacher ratio, almost people in a class, almost teacher in a class. For see all of them things, because it is when we go and see the situation and then we come back and see how we can talk to our partners, the global partners then, wait then they for every as a ministry, for see how we're able to tackle the thing there so. Or we picking them for better suitable and comfortable learning environment.
The world over digital. Now that's people. Commercial bank ready for match up with the world. This is the e-banking department. we get products and services them when you use online. Listen to what my colleague get to say.
The e-banking department responsible for all the electronic products in the bank. One, the ATM machines where you can get cash easily from. The points of sales when are some small terminal where you can do your transaction, where they do online transactions as well, where you can sit on any side now this world and do transactions. The commercial bank e-banking now the solution to all digital transactions in the country.
For work out boku money, na trading style. So inside any local commercial bank today and get you couple card, you Visa Classic and proprietary card for making transactions easy. Gonna
With local commercial bank SimCorp app, it's fast, safe and reliable.
Tired of standing in the queue? Do all your banking transactions with the local SimCorp without
Codes. You can take your business digital.
Across banks and mobile money accounts in Sierra Leone. Instant payment across Africa.
So, what are you waiting for? Download the SimCorp app now.
SimCorp. Banking on the go.
The world no more digital. Now that make local commercial bank ready for match up with the world. This na the e-banking department. We get products and services them when you use online. Listen to what my colleague get to say.
The e-banking department responsible for all the electronic products in the bank. One, the ATM machines where you can get cash easily from. The points of sales when are some small terminal where you can do your transaction, where they do online transactions as well, where you can sit on any side now this world and do transactions. The commercial bank e-banking now the solution to all digital transactions in the country.
for work out boku money, na trading style. So inside any local commercial bank today and get you couple card, you Visa Classic and proprietary card for making transactions easy. Gonna show you can use the period and do your transaction easy.
With local commercial bank SimCorp app, it's fast, safe and reliable.
tired of standing in the queue? Do all your banking transactions with the local SimCorp without leaving your seat. Fast, safe and easy.
You can download the app from App Store or Play Store.
Star 919 hash with or without internet.
You can send e-copper to any mobile number.
Send and receive money instantly.
QR codes. You can take your business digital.
Across banks and mobile.
So yeah, so one of the things we really do now that for now they pay more attention to them P1 to business than they. So a few weeks ago we get training with some of these function learning teachers then as really approach the start of a new academic year for training them for know the words they're ready for use, because these are kids, they're very delicate, the words they're ready to use, the things they're ready to say to them, how they for behave to them, how they for react to them, how they for teach them, because then bring them still young, they're still naive, so you have to take a lot of things then for put into that. So before we start every academic year, we go into training with train these teachers not only in fit and especially we're not saying to fit and in the salon. We go to the provinces and train them at district level for prepare them. These are all things that will be taking place. So then people they also prepare for the next academic year and for the next public exam. So with the issue of report card, I think the public now know the minister stand when it comes to that. Many people misinterpret this and make it clear. We are not saying that as a parent, you know, for make ajo to a teacher. That is on you. And when they do ajo, what a person they tell you almost for gear. I would choose for make ajo to you. What if they tell me say other than this for me? If I come up from your heart and your pocket, and what they are able to forget. So that now we in position. Parent them free, guardian them free. If you want to go to the beginning, but card of the teachers being put to your kid, you free for go to them and say, oh thank you. But the one who they frown against as a ministry, and the one who the teacher and they force parents them, and they pin price to parents them say, now this them for good before they give them picking the report card. There is no way in the Educational Act from part 1 to the last part where you say that they illegal. That is corruption, that is wrong. You not get no right for put price for any picking for taking report card. We get a situation where the person where gives him amount of money, the teacher fling the money and in face. How about paying the way they afford them money then? Paying the way they struggle for putting them picking them to school, they tell them say, give me 150, give me 200. That is wrong. And we are frowning at it. And even when we don't give report card, but we start another academic year. So the press release not only stop for that academic year, we just done. We have coming academic year. It will go forward and will continue for iterate time. So this is our stand. If you get any situation, teacher ask you for report card money, ask them for receipt. If you not give you receipt, report them to the ministry. I will take disciplinary action against them. Well, the school administration together with the ministry, they work together for great time. And whatever thing way they will pull out to be an authentic one, and every parent for go back. Any other expenses again, it is not something that we are aware of as a ministry. Well, I know for disclosure the price yet because you get books. You get the books already the beginning they use at this GSS 1 level. The books already in syllabus. You get the uniforms there. So these are all items that but like I say, we will pull an authentic notice with the ministry stamp for release and the public know. Any other one extra, the ministry is not aware and we know the support that.
Yeah, sure. We don't get a lot of move we don't make since that unfortunate video was published. But I say earlier in what we talk say the guy himself nobody asked for the payment of the 34,000. He was asking for his individual benefit when I be $300 $6,500 more than approximately slightly above 6,500 euros. Yeah, so because he understands that not to entitled to that check and not to entitled to that kind of benefit. So we are doing 2 categories of beneficiaries. 3 categories, sorry. We get one when an individual beneficiaries. Me as I know the journal group, my own business I want to do. But there are 5 sets of boys man the way they feel okay. We will open that shop. The law come together for long money, but also we buy equipment there. You are still giving individual of them $300. We combine that, then give to that 34,000. If now the 10 come together, we combine the $300 in loans, they give something like 60 something thousand. So he knows consciously say not to get that double check. He knows consciously say not to 2 check with the pay. Now 2 bank accounts will be paid because he was part of the process. They don't go open your account, they get your account number. We side we delay small has to be on the fact that he was not paid on the day of the program because if you get problem with your bank details. When that was corrected, all 356 beneficiaries will be left in McKinney where they train, and throughout the 22 days they have been paid. And since the table paid them to now about 3 or 4 days ago, we don't receive any feedback or fallback say I not see me money in my account too. But in case somebody really go to account and not get the money, we don't go to ACC, the Anti-Corruption Commission, the manage the grievance redress mechanism set of the program here. They call it toll-free line 8515. Not to NaCSA invade the manager now. ACC they manage that. You do lodge a complaint, make it concern. If there are administrative matters when a NaCSA handle or NACOF handle, then ACC they refer back to NaCSA and NACOF to ensure that those administrative matters are handled. If there are corruption matters, ACC the handle as we NaCSA not himself or we NACOF not know at times, then even inform we say such complaint don't come at the decks. The more reason why we take the complaint decks off any institution, then an ACC office now as we speak. Now they control that. In case you feel aggrieved or you feel somebody don't thief you money or you feel say you desire the benefit you not get, then go to the ACC. The ACC they investigate. And I tell you all issues, not just relating to this project, all issues relating to NaCSA implementation, PSS NYE, where they don't flag with ACC. ACC investigate and appropriate recommendations and actions have been taken for ensure say everybody is okay. But let's just zoom in this and that. The young man erroneously make a video and publish way out of misunderstanding. He no understands, and not take out of context. We put that video out. He wanted maybe the advocate for like a young benefit, which of course he's entitled to, which of course we don't pay. I'm certain is as of that time we will make that video if we don't get him money enough for him to make the video because he knows the 34,000 is not his. And he's not entitled to it. He knows there's a group called Young Generation with an dead money. We want for do for us impact assessment. We want for see the 8,000 beneficiaries across the provincial cities that would not be this money. What's not the gains will make? Out of the 1,500 businesses who want to do now, Kenema. Out of the 1,500 businesses who want to do out of the 1,000 the Napoloko, out of the 2,000 Frita, how many businesses they really sustain? How many businesses they really stand? Then when we don't do that impact assessment, they will see either for scale up the intervention or for use the same beneficiary back for improve on their business. But for now, it's something we can determine until we have a very solid, comprehensive impact assessment of that intervention. Welcome.